This is the very first glimpse of what will eventually become my newspaper simulator game. For now, it's just a bunch of randomly generated reporters that you'll eventually be able to hire and build your newspaper with. So let me just go through them right now. Each one has, of course, a name. It can be male or female, but it doesn't really make any difference in terms of stats. There's a number of years of experience. There's a skill level that goes up to 20. There's a percentage happiness. There's 2 areas of interest that the reporter would like to write about, and 1 area that they don't like to write about, which is dislike. Some of them might have special traits, which currently don't do anything. They're just a list of traits. But eventually these will all have special influences here and there in the game. And then, of course, there's a starting salary, what you'll be paying them per month for their work. And so the idea is that you'll start with a pool of reporters to hire from, and from there you will build your little base, your starting point for your game. But that's as far as I've gotten so far. These are the first ever images of anything related to this game ever. Ta-da! Alright, we got a little bit of progress today. I've added some story generation. So yesterday I added these reporters here. Generates reporters, and today I am generating some stories. Eventually, of course, you'll be able to match reporters to stories. And if you see that some reporters have special interests, special genres that they prefer to write, you want to match those, of course, up with stories that fit that genre, and so on and so forth. Right now, I'm operating with a few different data metrics in terms of stories. I have stories levels 1 through 4 in terms of sort of the complexity of the story. That will all add to its importance score and the chance of a follow-up article. The actual consequences of a follow-up I haven't really decided on yet. I've also included word counts and how long it will take to write this article. So for example, this one here is a level 3 politics story, approximately 8,500 words. It's going to take 2 reporters 3 days to write it. It has a importance score of 297. So the importance score is kind of like an arbitrary score right now. It goes up to a maximum of 800. So 297 is almost 300. It's not super high. You can see the next one here is local news, a level 4 story. It's about the same length, 8,900 words. It's a 3 days, 3 reporters, but it has a importance score of 728. But you're going to lock 3 of your reporters up into writing this story for 3 days straight. And there's a 91% chance that this will have a follow-up story. So this is this little story here. If you chose this, that could be like a major feature for your newspaper. So for now, of course, it doesn't do anything except actually just generate these different things. They don't interact in any way whatsoever, except that the interest list and the genre list here is pulled from the same master list of files, so that if I change one, it updates the other. I've done a few changes like that compared to yesterday as well. Specifically the naming of the reporters. Show that really quickly. I have files for that now. So for example, let's look at last names. Oink. It's just a text file with a bunch of last names. So I have 55 last names right now. Before that was hard-coded into the script here. But now it is an external file, which of course opens up all kinds of options for later customization or expansion or whatever. It's kind of, just thinking ahead, trying to keep the big picture in mind from the beginning, so I don't have to fix a bunch of stuff later on. But that's what I got so far. This is day 2 of actual coding. I haven't done a whole lot today. I had a lot of other stuff to do. But I am pretty happy with what I got with just about an hour or so of coding. That's about all I had time for today.